ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Heading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, entitled Prayers of Queen Kunti, text 29, 1-8-29. न वेद कश्चित् भगवंश्चिकीर्षितम् तवेह नृणां विडम्बनम् न यस्य कश्चित् दयितोऽस्ति द्वेष्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम् न वेद कश्चित् भगवंश्चिकीर्षितम् तवेह नृणां विडम्बनम् न यस्य कश्चित् दयितोऽस्ति द्वेष्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम् न वेद कश्चित् भगवंश्चिकीर्षितम् तवेह नृणां विडम्बनम् न यस्य कश्चित् दयितोऽस्ति द्वेष्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम् न वेद कश्चित् भगवंश्चिकीर्षितम् नृणां विडम्बनम् न यस्य कश्चिदयितोऽस्ति कर्हिचित् द्वेष्यस्य यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम्. Word to word translation with repetition. Na, does not. Veda, no. Kaschit, anyone. Bhagavan, O Lord. Chikirsitam, pastimes. Ava, your. Ihamanasya, like the worldly men. Nanam, of the people in general. Vidambanam, misleading. Na, never. Yasya, his. Kaschit, anyone. Daitaha, object of specific favor. Asti, there is. Karichit, anywhere. Dveshyas, dveshyaha, object of envy. Cha, and. Yasmin, unto him. Vishama, partiality. Matihi, conception. Nrinam, of the people. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupāda. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and are so misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. Purport. The Lord's mercy upon the fallen souls is equally distributed. He has no one as the specific object of hostility. The very conception of the personality of Godhead as a human being is misleading. His pastimes appear to be exactly like a human being's, but actually they are transcendental and without any tinge of mental contamination. He is undoubtedly known as partial to his pure devotees, but in fact, he is never partial as much as the sun is never partial to anyone. By utilizing the sun rays, even stones sometimes become valuable, whereas a blind man cannot see the sun, although there are profuse sun rays before him. Darkness and sunlight are two opposite conceptions, but this does not mean that the sun is partial in distributing its rays. The sun rays are open to everyone, but the capacities of the receptacles differ. Foolish people think that devotion service is flattering the Lord to get special mercy. Actually, the pure devotees who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord are not a mercantile community. A mercantile house renders service to someone in exchange for something valuable. A pure devotee does not render service unto the Lord for such exchange, and therefore the full mercy of the Lord is open for him. Suffering men, needy men, inquisitive persons, and philosophers make the temporary connections with the Lord to serve a particular purpose. When the purpose is served, there is no more relation with the Lord. A suffering man, if he is pious at all, prays to the Lord for his recovery. But as soon as the recovery is over, in most of the cases, suffering man no longer cares to keep any connection with the Lord. The mercy of the Lord is open for him, but he is reluctant to receive it. That is the difference between pure devotee and a mixed devotee. Those who are completely against the service of the Lord are considered to be an object of darkness. Those who ask for the Lord's favor only at the time of necessity are partial recipients of the Lord, of the mercy of the Lord, and those who are sent percent engaged in the service of the Lord are full recipients of the mercy of the Lord. Such partiality in receiving the Lord's mercy is relative to the recipient, and it is not due to the partiality of the all merciful Lord. When the Lord descends to this material world by his all merciful energy, he plays like a human being, and therefore it appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees only, but that is not a fact. Despite such apparent manifestation of partiality, his mercy is equally distributed. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra, all persons who died in the fight before the presence of the Lord got salvation without the necessary qualifications. Because death before the presence of the Lord purifies the passing soul from the effects of all the sins. Therefore, the dying man gets a place somewhere in the transcendental abode. Somehow or other, if someone puts himself open in the sun rays, he is sure to get requisite benefit both by heat and by ultraviolet rays. Therefore, the conclusion is that the Lord is never partial. It is wrong for the people in general to think of him as partial. Umagyanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dalati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Agana Lalita Shri Vishnu Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurat Vishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhado Sute Devi Pramave Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, I would like to seek the blessings of all the devotees before we begin to share something from this wonderful Shastra which is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Once, in a cricket match, in the morning at around 9 a.m., the entire audience they came to address or watch the cricket match. It was a pretty interesting match. Team A and Team B they were there, and the moment the audience came to the match, they saw that on the scoreboard it was written 200 for Team A, 200 for 200 for 0 or something, and then for Team B it was 0. This was even before the match began on that particular day. So there are 3 different responses which came from 3 different viewers in the audience. The first response was that this score which is there, 200 for 0, it came by chance, it seems, because we just came in the morning and then it seems like the score is already there because the match has not started only. So then it seems that this is just by chance. There are a second set of people who saw it does not seem by chance, because nothing in this world comes by chance, but it seems that the person who is keeping the scoreboard, he is biased. So it seems that he likes this team very much and he has added 200 runs in the beginning only. And the third response which came in was from the audience, and it seems that this is not a one-day match. It is a test match, which means previous day itself, this team has scored some runs, because of which in the next day, it is already starting with this. So similarly, even in our life, many times people question, why do bad things happen to good people, or why in my life this is happening? Because they see this world as a one-day match than a test match. In this particular case, what we see in these 3 responses of the viewers, what I came, the first response is of the atheistic people who don't believe in science, who don't believe in God, and they say that everything came by chance. This is the first case. Second case is the people which is being referred to in this shloka, where they say that God is partial. The person who is keeping the scoreboard is biased. Some people say God is biased or he's partial in what he's doing. And the third set of people are the devotees who understand, well, God is not biased. He's like a judge. In a court, if the judge gives a sentence, this criminal is guilty, is the judge partial? No. This person has actually done the mistake, and judge is just giving him the reactions of his mistake. Similarly, that's what role Krishna plays, that he says in Bhagavad Gita 4.11 also, Yetha mam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyaham Mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. So in this wonderful shloka of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Kunti Maharani is mentioning that how the Lord's transcendental pastimes, it appear to be human-like, but they are quite misleading. We will see a couple of pastimes and how devotees sees it and how an outsider person sees it and how they are misleading. And we will come to the concept of how Lord Krishna is actually not partial to his devotees. Mm. Mm. So, like one person was asking, I get to deal with a lot of these students from ISC, So, in one person, we had a 2 hours debate after the device kind of session. He was just not convinced how Krishna, who is God himself. Well, we tell in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhokta Ramagritapasam, Saraloka Maheshwaram, Suradam Sarvat Bhutanam, Gyantavam Shanti Michati. You understand Krishna to be enjoyer, maintainer, and controller. Well, you'll be in Shanti. But he was like, although Krishna is all these 3, knowing him also, I'm still not in Shanti. Why? Well, I don't understand what pastimes Krishna does. Ram, it is little decent enough for me to understand because the Lord performs it that way. But when Krishna does pastimes, for example, him marrying 16,000 wives, 16,108 wives, no, that's not something ordinary, isn't it? And it's amazing. When Krishna does something, he does it to the best, which no human being could imitate, isn't it? So yeah, he asked, why does Krishna marry 60,000 wives? And why does Krishna perform Ras Leela? This is something what people do mistake. That's why Prabhupada again and again hits. Don't directly jump to the 10th canto. Go step by step, because when we understand Krishna's greatness, then we understand his sweetness. Then I took almost 2 hours. I was telling so many arguments I presented to him. See, if by how we can understand Krishna's pastimes transcendental. See, he was chanting from about 1 week. So I told him, see, by you chanting from last 1 week, do you see a change in your consciousness? I mean, in terms of some wrong things going off, some good things coming in, your conception about God, at least some understanding you're having, is it changing? Yeah, that is changing. How is it? Because of chanting. I was telling, see, if you chant someone's name and you are getting purified, how can that person be impure? So if by us chanting Krishna's name, we are getting purified, how can Krishna be impure? That's the first thing to understand, especially with the Ras Leela, because we will be dealing with so many outside people. And this is something which is very common for people to misunderstand, isn't it? And the second thing was, which the detail which many people don't know, is Krishna had such a body. Well, even in the Ras Leela, any gopi who had any tinge of, even a small tinge of lust, they were not allowed in that assembly at all. Isn't it? So the spiritual bodies, the gopis, the material bodies, the gopis stayed at home. The spiritual bodies came to perform their Ras Leela with Krishna. That is how we understand. And because they wanted to reciprocate with Krishna in that way, Krishna agreed to do so. So it is not Krishna's mistake, isn't it? And these rishis, in their previous lives, when they were with Lord Ram, they asked Lord Ram, can we become one of your associates? Lord Ram said, well, in this lifetime, I've taken Ekapatnivat. But in next lifetime, I will not take any such vow. You can come and we will have these pastimes. So many of these gopis, they are like Shrutichari gopis, Rishichari gopis. His Grace Vajra Krishna Prabhu tells us how we should see the gopis. You see the gopis with sages like beard, who have performed a lot of austerities in their previous lifetimes. That's how we should see it, not just the external body. So that's why we understand that these are very great devotees of the Lord who have unalloyed devotion to the Lord, and the Lord is just reciprocating with their desire, isn't it? That way we understand how Krishna performing this pastimes, not any ordinary pastimes. And before he did Ras Leela, well, he did many other things also. So if you want to imitate only that part, you should imitate many other things also. Well, he lifted Govardhan in his left hand small finger. As per science also, this is the weakest part of one's body. The left hand small finger, So even I told him, you can try lifting a book. You have a book in your hand. You can try lifting it for 5 minutes at least. It's very difficult. I know what to say of a hill. So that way we understand that how Krishna performed wonderful pastimes. One devotee was asking, why, like new person we were talking to him, why does Krishna have to eat mud? Butter is okay, I understand. At least it is soft, it is tasty. This eating mud pastime, it seems not so logical, to me. So then we have to tell him from Bhagavatam. Actually, if he just reads Bhagavatam, thanks to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupāda, thanks to your acharyas, thanks to our senior devotees, they have revealed so many inner things on why Krishna performed these pastimes. One reason why Krishna ate mud was he wanted to actually taste the dust of the lotus feet of the Vrajavasis. The dust of Vrindavan is very special, no? In 3 places, 3 things are special. In Vrindavan, what is special? Dust. In Jagannath Puri, Prasad, which is our favorite. And in Mayapur, what is it? Sankirtan or Kirtan. So, this is the thing. So in Vrindavan, dust is very famous for many reasons, because Krishna also stepped on that dust and other things. But Krishna wanted to taste the dust on the feet of his devotees. So that is one of the reasons. And actually, just before this pastime, he had performed which pastime? Just before, if you read in the sequence also, they say that he had like, when there are multiple ways to do Achaman. Like, he happened to like kill one of the demons before this. And he thought, when you do something wrong, or like, say, to purify ourselves, we do Achaman. Achaman you can do it as per Shastras with water also, with mud also. So then he thought, I'll do Achaman. So that's one of the reasons why he actually ate mud. Some acharyas explain. One reason they say that he wanted to actually, even in this world, any child, whatever it gets, initially there's Annamaya Kosh, very prominent, isn't it? Whatever it gets, immediately eat. So Krishna wanted to imitate that also, they say. And they say that after he stole butter, in just before this pastimes, many pastimes come where he stole butter in the house of the gopis. So to do prayashchitta for that, he thought, no, I have done so many wrong things. So let me, I take mud and do Achaman. Achaman is, as per Shastras, they say, if you tell lies, you should do Achaman. Of course, you should not tell lies at all. But one of the prayashchitta for that, they say you should do Achaman, get purified that way. And he said, well, he wanted to show that just before this, he had performed the Putana pastime, isn't it? So this mud also is considered like it's not so good when taken in more quantity, but it is also considered one of the poisons. We thought, I have taken a little bit poison, through Putanas in that particular lila. So poison counteracts poison. So then that was one of the reasons why he ate, mud, they say. And he says that I'm too sweet with some devotees, so I need to get some little bit rajoguna to perform some more pastimes. So then let me eat mud. So there's many reasons why they explain why Krishna ate mud. And when Krishna ate mud, he told to Mother Yashoda when asked that no, I did not eat. And when Mother Yashoda asked him to open his mouth, then he showed the universal form also in his mouth. This is how Krishna's pastimes are like. It's pretty bewildering on why he does, how he does. That's what it is. And yeah, that way. So and even if we take the case of this Putana's pastime, on why Krishna, actually Krishna is such a merciful person. Anyone who approaches Krishna, once you get hooked to Krishna, Krishna will not leave you. That is Krishna's greatness. In this pastimes of, that's why he's called impartial also, as per the shloka. Kunti Mahani explains that he is not partial. Why he's not partial? Because he always helps a devotee in some way or other. Even if you're not a devotee, he helps you. For example, when you get up in the morning, who gives you the remembrance that you are so and so person? I'm Vipinavihari Vrajesa Pr. Who gives you the remembrance? It's actually Krishna. Imagine Krishna does not give you remembrance when you wake up in the morning, like blank. Even for a devotee or for anyone who is not a devotee, Krishna gives the remembrance. He says that in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedesha sarvairahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. Yeah, so he gives the remembrance to everyone. Remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. That's what Krishna gives. So he helps each and every person in this world. Even in the case of Putana's pastimes, when Putana was just about to breastfeed Krishna, the acharyas explain Krishna closed his eyes. Now they say multiple reasons. Actually, it is something. See, if you know that something wrong is going to happen to you, you'll always take a precaution, isn't it? Or you'll not want to, like, say someone is there in your circle who always does not deal good with you, and then he wants to harm you. What is your consciousness? I better stay away, isn't it? We have heard from NOI that it is better to keep distance from such people. But Krishna is such a person. Even if someone has envy for him, he tries to help the person to the best of his capability. That is Krishna. Like in this case of Putana. When Putana wanted to feed Krishna, at time Krishna closed his eyes. They explain so many reasons why Krishna closed his eyes. Say that when Krishna closed his eyes, he was remembering, who is this Putana in her previous life? This Putana in her previous life, she was Bali Maharaj's sister. Now we all know the pastime of Vamandev and Bali Maharaj, isn't it? In this amazing case, see, Lord is supremely beautiful, isn't it? When in this world only, once Śrīla Prabhupada was actually going on a morning walk, and then one disciple was there. He was walking with Prabhupada, and he saw one Mataji walking, then his full antenna was turning in the direction of, that Mataji walking. And Śrīla Prabhupada was seeing this. This devotee was not aware. And the moment that Mataji went away from that, and then he saw back, then he saw Prabhupada watching him. Then he says, oh, and Prabhupada asked, beautiful, no? Hey, Prabhupada asked. Then this person, this devotee was like, I don't know what to reply. Then Prabhupada was saying, see, imagine, Prabhupada was saying, see, if the beauty of this world is so fascinating to you, think how much beautiful the source of all the beauty, who is Krishna, how beautiful he would be, isn't it? So, when Bali Maharaj's sister, Bali Maharaj's sister, she saw Vamanadev, who's source of all the beauty in this world. We know that, who is also an incarnation of the Lord. When she saw, she was fascinated by his beauty, and he was a young Brahmana boy, very beautiful, very charming. You can see the photo in the 8th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So when she saw, she was flabbergasted. My God, what a beauty! And she desired, if only I could get an opportunity to feed him and become his mother, how great it would be. I'm in Asurakul in this particular case. It's not possible now. It's fine. And later in the pastime, when Vamanadev put his leg on Bali Maharaj to show the greatness of, to glorify Bali Maharaj in terms of his Atmanivedan, that time she did not like this part of Vamanadev. Instead, I would want to kill him, given an opportunity. So, well, Krishna is very merciful. He watches our desires. He gives us opportunity to give shape to the desire. That is why a devotee should be very, very careful. Your one desire is being noted down. Very careful. And for each unfulfilled desire, one body is awaiting. Very careful. See, the very fact that we have got this material body is nothing to be proud of. It is the result of our previous summation of unfulfilled desires. And if in this life we are not able to clear that, then sure enough, more bodies are waiting. That is why we should have pure spiritual desires. We should not, we cannot make the desires zero. Prabhupada mentions that, but we could make spiritual desires. So in this case, this Putana sister was given an opportunity to come back as, Bali Maharaj's sister, it was Bali Maharaj's sister. Bali Maharaj's sister was given an opportunity to come back as Putana. And so he remembered, she had desired to, feed me. So let me reciprocate with her. That is Krishna's greatness. That is one reason. Second reason they say that is, well, Krishna didn't want to see anything inauspicious. See, that's why Jagannath eyes are very big, you see. Jagannath eyes are very big because he sees only the good in devotee. And the moment he sees any apparent fault or not so good quality, he immediately closes his eyes. That is Krishna's greatness. I think yesterday some devotees had a workshop learning to see good in others. We can actually see this, the pinnacle of this in Krishna. He only sees the good in you, and anything which is yet to be improved, he helps you in some other way. He'll not see the fault. That is Krishna's greatness. And we know that Putana was the first demon whom Krishna started with. Vinashaya Duskritam, that particular Paritrana Sadhanam, Vinashaya Duskritam. 2 reasons why Krishna comes. So he started his, the first shot, his mission with Putana. So he's thinking that, well, it's an inauspicious beginning, because I started with killing a woman, now I'm going to actually start that way. So then that was one of the reasons actually. And the Acharya explained why he closed his eyes is because he was thinking, who is this lady? Inside, actually, if you read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it explains, when Putana walked in, the Vrajavasis, they thought that she was Lakshmiji or, some very great devotee, because externally she was looking very, very beautiful. And it was not something of Vrindavan, had seen earlier. They thought Lakshmiji has herself come. Even in that little Krishna, video, if you see, it appears pretty beautiful. So when Krishna saw the external beauty, he did not like the external beauty, because internally the intentions were not pure. See, Krishna sees the intent of our service than the content. We can see that from the past of Putana. He didn't only externally see. He saw what is her internal mood. Her internal mood is what? To kill me. And he thought, I should not see this. I don't want to see. It's completely inauspicious. It's ghastly. Externally very nice. Internally something else. That's why we should be what we are. One lecture Maharaj tells that we should not pretend to be someone which we are not. That will put us into extreme anxiety, isn't it? Which is not pleasing to Krishna. Better be what you are, and try to serve Krishna. And One more reason why they explain. She had smeared poison on her body before feeding Krishna, isn't it? Lord Krishna thought, well, I'm going to take a bitter medicine, which is not so sweet. In the past, I've taken butter. Well, the Vrajavasis feed me sweets. But now I'm going to get a bitter medicine, which is mixed with poison. So let's close my eyes. I say, one more reason why they say close his eyes is he closed his eyes because Krishna's Ugra Dushti, we know from the past Mujkunda itself, how he had got a benediction that anyone whom he would see first, he would burn it off. That is one small percent of Ugra Dushti. And if Krishna gets angry on someone, well, they are completely burnt off, isn't it? So he thought, now I'm angry at this lady, let me not burn her, because of her intentions. So that's why he closed his eyes. One more reason why they say he closed his eyes was he closed his eyes and he called Lord Shiva. Haribol, your seva is there. You had done seva in the previous canto also. If you see in the 8th canto, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, when the Samudra Manthan Leela happened, when they needed someone to drink poison or the halal, Lord Shiva took this service. It was completely a thankless task. That's when he's also called Ashutosh, and Parama Vaishnava. He accepted suffering on behalf of others. Very great service he did. Then he had drank the poison. So he thought, again, your service has come now. She has poison in her body. You drink the poison, I'll drink the milk. That way, we will collaborate and do our service. He said, okay, of delivering, Putana. So that's how many reasons the Acharya explains. So why I'm telling you all this is when Krishna performs certain pastimes, we may not immediately understand, or they seem pretty bewildering. But when we go through the acharyas and we understand the inner content of these pastimes, then we understand that how Krishna is completely impartial. He is not at all partial. And this particular purport, Śrīla Prabhupāda is referring to example of a sun. Yeah, the sun is gives its mercy to everyone, but based on your patra to receive the mercy, that's how you could do it. Similarly, the Lord gives his mercy to everyone. Well, he has come in so many forms. We were discussing earlier as well last week. What all forms the Lord has come? In what all forms have we got the mercy of the Lord in this lifetime? A holy name, yes? Bhagavatam, yeah, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. What else? Very good. Archa Vigraha, yes, fantastic. Archa Vigraha, yeah, Krishna. Because we cannot see Krishna with this eyes. He is so merciful that he comes in a form where we could see. See, look at his mercy. Isn't it amazing? Shastra explain, Premanjana Surita Bhakti Vilochanena, Santas Sadeva Hrideshu Vilokayanti, Yam Shama Sundara Chinta Guna Swarupam, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajam. We are supposed to love eyes of tainted with love of God, so we could see him. But because we are not at that stage, he is so merciful that he comes down in a form where we could see even with this eyes, even without being purified. That is his greatness. And of course, as you get more purification, the more beauty of that Archa Vigraha also reveals. Okay, what else? Pure devotees, or even devotees at the matter. Whether they are pure or not, that is left to them. But even devotees, like once Śrīla Prabhupāda asked, how many pure devotees are there in this movement? And Śrīla Prabhupāda called his devotee, his secretary. How many devotees are there in our movement? Then that time, some couple of hundreds of thousands of devotees are there. Then he told the number, around this many devotees. Then Śrīla Prabhupāda told, we have these many pure devotees. So that way we understand with association of devotees. It's a very great benediction. Yeah. Okay, what else? Yeah, amazing. Prasad. We sing the Prasad prayers. At least we're supposed to sing it consciously when we are supposed to recite it consciously in a mind or aloud. But we understand that we recite it. Oh, Krishna is so merciful that he has come as Prasad. So that way we recite. Okay, what else? Holy places. Yeah. So recently some of us had gone to Govardhan. Yeah, a holy place it is. Yeah, amazing. What else? Shastras. Yes, Bhagavatam, many other. What else? Holy rivers. Yeah. So many. If you just count. So you could just sit and count your blessings. In what all way Krishna has blessed us, this is the Krishna's greatness. Even without you asking, he has given you all these things. Even our basic, for every basic necessity, we are dependent upon God. If someone says God is partial, he's not giving what you want, catch his nose. Ravi Shambhu says, if someone says, I don't believe in God, catch his nose. You are supposed to breathe because you are breathing the air which the Lord is giving. And if you are not grateful to it, you have no right to breathe that also. That is the point. Okay. What else? So that's how we see Krishna is completely impartial. Even with the demons, when he performs any of these pastimes, I told you one such pastime with Putana, he's trying to help them. In case of Shishupal, who was so envious, Lord gave 100 chances. Who will give 100 chances? Think about it. After 2-3 chances, Prabhuji, what too much you're speaking. Generally, you don't. little bit we can tolerate. After some time, it's too much. But imagine Shishupal, who was from the very beginning, cursing or envying Krishna, so much so that he was forgiven until certain point, and later so that he should not face problem, then he was annihilated by the Lord, and he was anyway the associate of the Lord only. That way, it is not a very big deal. But the point is, Krishna is helping the demons. In fact, one particular lecture I was hearing, those soldiers on the battlefield who were killed by Arjuna's arrows, and they took darshan of the Lord, they were delivered. Because how it is, your sins to be cleared, and then you should remember the Lord. By Arjuna's arrows, see, Arjuna, such a great service he was doing. Sometimes people say, hey, this Arjuna shooting arrows. Actually, by the arrows of Arjuna, the countless sins what these people had performed in their previous life, they're all getting washed off, and they are seeing whom? Krishna in the front, and then they are leaving their body. What else you want in life? Yeah, I mean, yam vapi smaran bhavam, desintinte kalevaram, tam tam evaiti kaunteya, sadat bhava bhavita. You're supposed to remember Lord at the time of death. These people are seeing Lord face to face, and their sins are so gone. Amazing it is. So that is the service what the Lord did to these people who are fighting against him. Now think about it. Those who are fighting for him, if this is the destination of people those who are fighting against him, think about the destination of people who are fighting for or on behalf of the Lord. So we can all, we can just count the mercy of the Lord. So mercy of the Lord is open for him, and so mercy of the Lord is open to everyone. But in this shloka only, there's also a shloka in the Bhagavad Gita which mentions something similar. That how the Lord, just 1 minute. Lord is equal to all. There's many shlokas. He says in 9.29, he says, Samoham sarva bhutesho name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tun mam bhaktya mai te cheshapyaham. He says, well, I envy no one and I'm not partial to anyone. But in the next shloka, it appears that he refutes what he's speaking above. But it is pretty natural. See, I'll tell you something practical also which you're able to relate to. Sometimes some devotees, they think that, well, there was one devotee in our voice. When we were staying there, about 10 of us, saying that Prabhuji, our senior devotee gives time to only couple of devotees, like say amongst 10 of us, apart from class, if we see the time what he spends with other devotees, it seems that with these 3-4 people, he spends more time than the others. It appears that he is, partial, like that one devotee was speaking. I was saying, Prabhu, see, who are those 3-4 devotees? Why he is spending more time with them? Have you thought about it? Well, no, Prabhu, that I have not thought. I just thought that you are partial. So, no, you should think that also, no? Why he is thinking? So, well, these people have taken some additional responsibility. Okay. Did you take any responsibility for the Lord or for his devotees? Well, for me, Prabhuji, my morning program only, if I do that, is the only big thing. On top of that, I have my studies, I have so many things to do in life. And I'm doing devotional service. Like that he was saying, as if he was doing a favor to the Lord. Anyway, then I was trying to explain to him, no, bro, it's actually not partial. See, if you go and ask something, have any senior devotee told you, no, bro, just ask someone else. They may take some time to help you because they are busy at times, but they're always reciprocating with everyone, isn't it? So that is, and someone who has taken more responsibility, that much time needs to be given for them to do that service better. That is how the devotees also deal. Similarly, the Lord also, if you take responsibility for the Lord or for his mission, the Lord will also help you with more and more things. That is the greatness. So in this world, generally, Mr. Prabhupada once was asked by a reporter, what is the purpose of the creation? Then Mr. Prabhupada said, enjoyment. Then the reporter started laughing. Then Prabhupada said, not yours, that is Krishna's enjoyment. This is a pure devotee's consciousness. Because a pure devotee of the Lord has this consciousness of always giving enjoyment to the Lord. That is why the Lord takes special care of his pure devotee. That is what he's telling here in this shloka also, that the Lord is not partial. It appears that he is partial to his pure devotees, but it is just natural for you. Like say, even if you are taking class for, like say, when you go for preaching, to 10 people you're taking a discussion on Bhagavad Gita or whatever. You see that one person is, all 10 people come. In that 9 people, raise their arms and then just come. In that 5 people come late 10 minutes. Then again you have to repeat anyways. And then like say 2 people are sleeping in the class and 2 people are operating mobile. There is one person who's sitting attentively writing notes, attentively hearing. He's not sleepy and he's not watching the watch again and again. Then when he comes and talks to you, it's but natural for you to talk to him nicely. Others also you talk nicely with them, but you see how you can help them come out of that conditioning. But this person, because he's able to reciprocate with you, it's but natural. It is not partiality. It is but natural, isn't it? So that is what he's telling, that pure devotees are the pure devotee is like that one person who is very eager, sitting, making notes, not seeing the watch. When you see the pure devotees, when they get into the glorification of the Lord, they just throw the watch aside. That is their greatness. Like Śrīla Prabhupāda, when he went to the West, he went with 40 rupees. What faith? Think about it. 40 rupees, if you see, that time is about $2. In America, in $2, you don't get one sandwich also, $5 is cost of one sandwich. One meal, I'm telling, which is not even fulfilling to the stomach. In $2, you can only go in a kind of subway, like maybe from New York, to one particular place. That's all you can do in $2. The cheapest accommodation available, even in those times, was $25. But when Śrīla Prabhupada went, with what faith? 40 rupees, not even converted currency, Indian currency, he went there, what faith he had in the Lord, that, the Lord will take care of me if he wants, because I'm not going for my mission. I'm going for the Lord's mission. That was the faith. And because these pure devotees have this faith, Krishna also helps them that way. Because pure devotees are completely dependent upon him. Someone is like, yeah, anyway, God, I know everything. If you want, you can help me also. If there's a person who is of this kind, another person, my Lord, I'm completely dependent upon you for everything. Please help me. And then the Lord feels more for the second person because he's completely dependent. See, the child, like when the child is small, isn't it? We see if it is in the market, if it is lost, well, the parents have so much of anxiety. So, and even the anxiety of the parents is more than the anxiety of the child. So, why is that? Because they're so much concerned. Because they know that the child is dependent upon them. Now, after they grow, they may themselves leave the child to the market. Chalo, go and bring sabji. Then they'll have a considerable amount of, consciousness. Okay, where is my child? But not as much as they have in the childhood. Why? Because in childhood, they are completely dependent on the Lord. The pure devotees of the Lord they're always having that innocence and they're always completely dependent upon the Lord. Sometimes we think that, well, like now I have spent some time, that much dependence is not needed. I know a few things. I have also read some Bhagavatam. I have chanted for a couple of years. Morning program is pretty common for me. Like that one thing, and the dependency on the Lord reduces. That is when the dependency on the Lord reduces, then the Lord says, okay, well, it seems that you know a few things. You can try out yourself. Why should I come into picture? And on the other hand, someone says, I'm completely dependent upon you. Then what happens? Oh, the Lord feels also to help. That's why whatever Śrīla Prabhupāda said, the Lord took it very, very seriously. Whether the devotees took it seriously or not, the Lord took it seriously. Śrīla Prabhupāda, he was walking down from the Bharati Vidyapit Bhavan in Mumbai, near the Chowpatty area. And he was with Shyam Prabhu. This pastime was told 20, 30 years later after this incident happened. He looked towards that particular place. There's some orphanage or some kind of building over there. He said, this will be a temple. Then Shyam Prabhu said, okay. What he can do. I mean, he also had other services that time. Okay, Prabhupada told, okay. Then later, he could not give shape to that desire. But then 20, 30 years later, when he came back to Chowpatty, that was the same place where Śrīla Prabhupada had pointed that there will be a temple. That is ISKCON Chowpatty, what we see today. So why the Lord is very eager to reciprocate with his devotees is because they are completely dependent upon him. This is a very amazing principle what we can. So that way we understand that Lord is not partial to anyone. Only people imagine him to be partial, but the Lord is never partial to anyone. In fact, anyone doing anything wrong, someone says, oh, well, Lord is partial. We can give him this easy example to understand, even for ourselves. See, even before we came to Krishna consciousness, if you got some good samskaras, or we are little grateful to our parents, if someone gives you something which is not palatable, for example, the one student in our first year, when we were in first year, he was given a cigarette. He says, come on, if you're a man, smoke and show. Like that, he was challenged. Then he said, well, I'm a man, but I don't want to show it. I don't want to show it. Then he said, no, show it if you have guts. Now, from inside, he was getting that voice, don't smoke, don't smoke. What will your parents think about you? It will not be good for your health. Who is giving all this? Intelligence. Not necessarily. Intelligence is there. But the remembrance of what is there in the intelligence, that is given by Krishna only. Anything wrong or anything right also. The remembrance in anyone's life, that is given by Krishna only. That is the greatest. And that is why we should be ever grateful to the Lord. And even if you are not even to the atheists, the remembrance that they are an atheist, that is also given by Krishna only. Because they want it that way, and Krishna reciprocates that way. Anything anyone has, it's all the mercy of the Lord only. That's why and the pure devotee acknowledges this. Amito Kangal, Krishna Krishna Boli, Daitava Pache Pache. That's why the Lord also, the Gurudev also reciprocates that way. And he says towards the end of the shloka that the conclusion that Lord is never partial. It is wrong that people in general think of him to be partial. Yes, Lord is never partial to anyone. He just reciprocates the way you want to reciprocate. And I was telling you, once the Lord catches anyone, he will not leave. In case of Putana, when the Lord started taking the milk, it was so much painful to Putana. They said, no, leave me. But Krishna said, no, I'm not going to leave you now. Because the nature of Krishna is, once he catches, he will never leave you. Like there was one devotee. He was in the West. I'll just end with this last pastime. He was in the West. So he thought, hey, enough of this devotion service. I had too much suffering. If I see Radha Gopinath tells this, a devotee is so amazing. Like say for example, someone gives you something to eat. Now, before coming to Krishna, you just directly pop it in their mouth. Now you'll think, hey, prasad hai ki nahi? Kisne cooking kiya hai? Kahan se aaya? You will ask, na. So then, this devotee was thinking, I cannot eat wherever I want. I cannot go wherever I want. I'm just chanting, reading, hearing. Too much it is. I'll just leave. Enough. I'll leave Krishna. He thought. So then he left devotees and then he went. Now, as he was going near the airport, the book distributors came. Said, books. Said, hey, I was also book distributor before. So don't tell me. I don't want this. Enough. He was doing book distribution earlier. So then he said, no, I don't want. He went inside the plane and he was sitting. And just beside him in the plane, he said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One sannyasi was chanting. The sannyasi was chanting his extra rounds. By the way, just for the information in the detailed past time. Then this dude, hey, again, Maharaj is there. Then he cannot do anything. He cannot say yes or no. He cannot get up also. And full plane journey he was hearing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He was thinking, I want to go away from Krishna, but Krishna is again coming. He said, okay, fine. Then he got on in the airport. And then that next airport, then he got a taxi. And then the taxi actually, he turned towards him, the taxi driver, and he had a tilak on his head. And he said, well, should I take you to a temple first for darshan? And then we can go wherever we want. Then after all these instances, this devotee shares, it seems that again and again in my life that Krishna, wants me to come back. Krishna shows this through multiple pastimes. There's one more pastime where devotee, he thought, this material world is suffering is what people, the devotees say. But it seems that for me, temple only is suffering. He thought like that. Then he went away from temple. And he went for surfing. So then as he was surfing, I have many details, but I'm just trying to wind up in short. So he went for surfing. And as he was surfing, he saw one whale coming close to him in the ocean. He had gone pretty deep in the ocean. He was very expert swimmer also. But no matter how expert swimmer you are, you cannot swim across the ocean. So then he had gone quite deep in the ocean. And now wherever he was trying to go, the whale was chasing him. He had heard in the lecture before he left, anytime any problem is there, nursing there we should take shelter of. That's why daily morning nursing march also we sing. Thought, no, enough, let me, Then after he had left the temple, he was in a non-devotee attire completely, then he thought, okay, at least for me to get saved, let me sing Narsimharti. Then he started loudly singing Namaste Narasimhaya. Full Narsimharti sang. By the end of his Narsimharti, the whale went away. Somehow Krishna's arrangement. See, Krishna is there in the heart of all the living entities, isn't it? We can see, nursing Dev, remembering nursing Dev appeared. So Krishna is there. We can see this. Krishna. That's why in the Vedic times also, we can see in the pastime of Haridas Thakur also. When this snake was there in the cave, Haridas Thakur thought to leave. But Krishna in the heart of the snake inspired the snake only to leave. That's why in the Vedic times, when the sadhus would go to the forest, they would not go with any weapons. And to a degree, they are fearless. To a degree, Krishna in the heart of the other animal, he would say, chalo, get lost from here. Now my devotee is coming. That's how we can see. So this devotee, he ran back to temple, surfed back, left that surfing board also there, ran back to temple and took shelter of the Lord. My Lord, you're my only hope. So sometimes you understand it the right way, and sometimes through this way. But anyway, you have to understand. So actually, that's why reading Siddhanta, getting satsang. What is satsang? Association of SAT, Supreme Absolute Truth. That is satsang. In this association, that's how you understand that Krishna is a person and he is completely non-partial and he is completely reciprocal. He is a person who is living. He is living and he's playing a very constant role in each and every one of our life. That's how we can see, and that's how we understand Krishna not all partial, though it appears to some people that he is partial. I think with this we will stop. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today is the disappearance day of Sharang Thakur. We were discussing about him the other day. He's a special master of Punari Thakur. So it's a very great day. So I think it's already 8:30, but we will try to sing the song Jiyanelo Premadhan. If any of you want to proceed to your office, you can proceed. Others, we can just sing this song. And the offering is going on anyway. So we can, and we'll close. Jai Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. We should all feel a lot of separation and dependence from these Vaishnavas. These anyone who is okay, thank you. All these acharyas, they hear our prayers. Once I was asking one devotee, Prabhuji, well, we celebrate disappearance day. Initially, when I came to Krishna consciousness, I asked him, we celebrate so many disappearance day, appearance day. Do these people hear our prayers? Because they're happy enjoying in the spiritual world now, or doing some service to their spiritual master in some other planet. Will they hear our prayers? Yes. For transcendental personalities, they hear the prayers. The Lord is a postman. He transports our prayers to these pure devotees, and yeah, he's very reciprocal. So that's why we should pray to Rup Goswami. That's why at the beginning of every lecture, be it Bhagavatam or that's why we recite the prayers. It's very, very essential. They hear it, and especially on these days, we celebrate because these are the days. Like today is the day when Sarang Thakur went back to the spiritual world. So it's a celebration for the devotees, isn't it? Jayanilo Premadhana Karuna Pracho Jayanilo Premadhana Karuna Pracho Heno Prabhu Kothagila Charyatako Ahamura Bhatta Ahamura Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatana Pahadasa Raghunatha Patita Pava Kahamura Bhatta Yuga Kaha Kavira Ika Kale Kotha Gila Goja Natara पाषाणे कुटीभो मता अनारे पशीभो Gauranga Gunirani Kotha Ile Pabo Tisaba Sangita Sangi Jekoi Lovila Tishangana Paya Kane Naro Tamara Deva Samana Paya Kane Naro Tamara Chijanilo Premadana Karuna Pracho Ino Prabhu Kota Gila Charya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, oh Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Jaya Rama, Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadramaya Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Shri Hari Ram Sankirtan ki jai, Sarang Thakur Dirubha Mahamotsav ki jai, Samaveda Gaur Bhaktavind ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Haribo. Anything useful you got, that's all credit to His Grace Shri Krishna Prabhu and all the seniors. Any flaws, that is my problem. So please kindly forgive and pray for me.